All right. Hi, everyone. How are you? Hopefully, y'all can hear me, can see me. We have a super exciting day today planned. For those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Carly Roux. I am our partnerships coordinator here at BeatStars. Super excited to be here. I feel like a seasoned professional now. I'm a couple rounds into beat feedback by now, and I'm super excited because we have a bit of a party prepared for y'all today. We are joined, of course, by Sony Music Pub A&R, Will Skamoski, Owen Postma, who does it all, but works on our marketing team with me, and of course, y'all know him, Mike Trampy, producer whisperer. So it's gonna be a packed house today. You're gonna get the most feedback possible on your beats today, and we're super excited about that. So thank y'all for coming. Thank you for being here. We're super excited. In case you didn't see the comments, the submissions today are from Discord, so super excited about that. Go join our Discord if you haven't already. I definitely know that it has been popping lately and the best place to get advice, share stuff, and that's really where the community is growing lately. So definitely join that and submit your beats if you haven't already, and we are excited for that. So I'm going to welcome everyone in because we have a, like I said, packed room. Hi, Will. Hi, Mike. Hi,
I had I had no idea this was happening. It's like a surprise party.
It came together. Yeah, we're having a bit of a surprise party today. But we're excited. The more the merrier, I think.
Agreed.
Awesome. How y'all doing?
Oh, Mike, you're on mute.
Oh, I said, listen, I only jumped on because Will was on here. I said, Will's on. I said, I got to move my schedule around and get on this. So we're here, man. We're here.
Oh, let's get into some debates today. Like, you like the beat, I don't. Like, some of that stuff. Why not?
Yeah, I'm excited. We have some beats pre-picked this time from our Discord submission. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen like usual, and we'll just go down the list. We have you can just sit back and judge today. So that will be what we're going with. All right. Y'all tell me when you can see my screen.
Yes, guys, different background. I moved 2 weeks ago, so it's not done yet, but don't worry, all the Philly stuff's going to be back. It's coming. It's coming.
How's it going so far, Mike? How's the new spot?
It was good, man. Had some rough patches. Had no water for 3 days, so that was fun. So, but nothing I should complain about, man, because other people out there got it worse. So I'm just appreciative to be here. I'm blessed.
Awesome. Congrats.
Right.
Good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Owen, by the way.
Oh, you're on mute. No, wait, no, you're not. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
There you go. There you are. You're good now.
Oh,
wait.
He's not good. It's all right. We'll get into it. Oh, and you work on your technical difficulties to the sounds of Tiger Backwoods, Juice WRLD, Kid Leroy type beat. Let's hear it. All right.
awesome.
How are we starting?
What's this ranking going on? Are we just giving feedback, or are we going to 1 to 10, or what's the deal?
Follow your heart, Mike. Follow your heart.
Oh, follow my heart. Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I think it was cool. I think the melody was cool. I was waiting for some, like, I know we didn't get like through the whole beat, but I was waiting for some type of like a little bit more of a change up, or like just I don't know. I was waiting for some drums to kick in a little bit harder there or something. But I think the melody is cool. I think it's something to build off of for sure. I mean, obviously you could just loop that and play that and have people just freestyle over it all day. So I think there's definitely a pocket for an artist. But I like to hear a little bit more, just a little bit more into the beat. But yeah, it was good overall. I think it was cool. What was that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. A part B would have been nice to it, but it was cool. It was like it was like a Lil Wayne mixtape beat, and all those are amazing mixtapes. So I really liked it. But yeah, great melody. I don't know if you wrote it or found it, but that's a great one. Good stuff.
Awesome, thank you. Hopefully Owen will be able to speak soon. But I will move on to the next one, y'all. I say this every time, but if I say your name wrong, phonetically spell it in the comments. I want to know it. I do remember these things. I'm doing my best here. Look, I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's 888. This beat is called Madrid. It's a Gunna Kodak Black Lil Baby beat. Let's hear it.
BeatStars.com. BeatStars.com.
Thoughts?
We got to work in order down. I'll take first on this one. I felt like there was a little bit of like I didn't love the sample, that the sitar sounding sample. I thought it was a little clunky, and purposefully so. But it was like just kind of not the right mix of notes for me. But I thought the energy of it was good, and I like what you did with the drums. Maybe like I heard a couple other samples coming in on that second part there, and maybe mess around with which one's going to be the primary one and which one you can use for like a switch up or something like that. Like I feel like that the sitar one maybe wasn't the right one to drive the song. That's kind of what I'm thinking. What about you guys?
Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. I actually saw somebody in the comments say a lot of room on this one. I actually kind of felt the opposite. I felt like it was a little too busy, and that might be what you're referring to, Will. I definitely could hear someone rip it. Don't get me wrong. I think a good MC is gonna be able to get on anything, but I thought it was a little too busy at times. And just to be 100% honest, man, like I hear a lot of beats like this all the time. So like when I hear beats that I know I hear kind of similar, and whether it's the way the drums are hitting and how they're formatted or whatever it is, like, is it the best I've ever heard? And I'd have to say with this, no. So I just think, you're headed in the right direction. You just got to keep building, keep growing, and really perfect that sound if that's what you're going for.
Is my mic working yet?
There you are.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I was gonna say it's like a Wheezy out of here impression. It's not a bad guy to be imitating. His sound is making waves, but yeah, it needs a little bit of work. I thought it was a little clunky too. Not enough room for an artist, but I could be wrong, but that's how I felt.
Awesome. Thank y'all. All right, moving on to Consiglious. Always excited to hear beats by Consiglious. And it is tagged Afrobeat. So let's hear that. All right. What do you think, Will?
Good vibes on that one. Consiglious new. I can tell you guys are working on some new sounds, and I really like that one. So good stuff. Looking forward to hearing more like that. And everybody, I'm sorry to do this, but I've got to hop on a quick meeting, but I'll be right back for the rest of Beat Feedback. So
Let's
see
go.
you all soon. Later.
Peace.
Do you agree, Mike? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought they were cool. You know, listen, the island, like kind of island vibes, just chill vibes. It's good for a Friday, so I dig it for sure. Yeah, just I mean, if that's the sound you're rocking with, and just just make it the best. Imagine yourself out, at in the Bahamas, and you're having a pina colada, and you're chilling, and you're doing your thing. Could you hear that playing? What would you add to it to make people really want to get in that vibe? Because that's the vibe I had. So just put yourself in that place, and I think you could really bring this thing, a little bit more to life. But it was dope. I like the direction you're going.
Yeah, for sure. I feel the same way. It reminds me of like my trips I've had in Miami. You walk around and it's all that kind of music playing. And I got to shout out Consiglious for the range, man. They they can do it all. I love their drill beats the most specifically. I think that's where they specialize. But the fact that they can swerve into a different lane like that is a really good quality for a producer. So big shout out to them.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Consiglius. Just for y'all who maybe just got in, commenting, today we are taking submissions in Discord. So go drop that in the Beat Feedback channel of Discord. But we just refreshed, so we have a whole new bunch of people, a bunch of beats just joined the list. But I want to at least do this one, and then we'll go back up to the top with some of the refreshed, because Miles is one of my favorites to work with, to listen to. Miles introduced me to Solfego, and I definitely want to hear the beat. So this is Prepare for Battle, Miles Jordan. Let's hear it.
Miles, off the phone, Miles.
All right, love it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Listen, when I listen to beats overall, because I hear so many a day and I talk to so many producers and just listen to so many beats, what I'm looking for is the best of the best. And I'm very critical, you know what I mean? So I think the ideas of a lot of these are cool. I just, if you put it up against other people's beats that are in the same realm, how is it going to compare, right? So I'm not saying to compare yourselves all the time, but just think of it from that perspective. You're always going to have the best of what you're putting out. So I think there's improvement that is definitely needed on something like this. But again, I think the overall idea was cool, and I think definitely an artist could get on it. I'm not saying that, and sometimes an artist can really bring a beat to life. So, but when I'm listening, I'm really just looking for like, hey, I've heard a lot of beats that sound like this. How does it compare, right? Is it at the top? Is it in the middle? Is it in the low? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of in the middle for me. So that's again, I think it's just about building on what you have and just keep going.
Yeah, I feel you for sure, Mike. We gotta let them know if they're up there with the upper echelon of the producers. You know what I mean? We're not gonna lie to them, but I see all the work he puts in. He's always making the tutorial videos on his IG and TikTok and stuff like that, how to make the rage beats. The rage beats are in right now, whether it's Yeet or Solfego or Trippy Red or Ken Carson. Those guys are all using those kind of serum leads in their beats, and I can tell that that's exactly what he did on that one. So he's got that sound, in a good place. Just keep grinding, keep working on it, perfect it.
Yeah, listen, let's clarify what I was saying too, because I don't want to come off harsh, but at the end of the day, like I'm very critical of myself too, and it doesn't matter how successful you are or how dope your beats are, whatever you're doing in life. There's always a place to get better. If I play in the NBA and I'm a great rebounder and scorer and all these other things, but I can't shoot free throws, you know what I mean? Like my coach is going to tell me to work on free throws and get better at that and spend time on that, right? So it's just about finding what you're good at and really where you kind of excel, but then find those places that you're not as good and then really put in the work to just get better over time. So this never stops. Never be complacent.
Right.
Remain humble, but don't be, don't become complacent, because that is when somebody else is going to outwork you, outproduce you, out whatever you. So that's all I'm really trying to say at the end of the day. It's not, listen, if I think a beat is really bad, I'm going to say this beat is really bad. I'm not going to beat around the bush. So
Right.
that's it. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, man.
Of course. No, thank y'all. The comments are totally agreeing with y'all in terms of, first of all, they like the constructive criticism. I think everyone benefits from that, especially when we start off on the baseline that we know y'all are doing good and grinding, and that's the first step, and then just improving is all you can do. And I think y'all are definitely helping. Everyone's saying they like the honest feedback. All right, I want to hear. I like being in charge of the remote here, y'all. Definitely let me know if you have specific artist moods you're in today. But all of y'all know I say it every episode. It'd be wrong not to say it now. I love kind of like the girl rap type beats. So I'm going to play this MLJ the Beatmaker Mob Ties. It's a Cardi B Megan Thee Stallion type beat, right up my alley of what I'd be listening to while I work. So I'm excited.
MLJ keep killing it. Make your purchase now.
I thought that was interesting. At the very least, I thought that was made me want to keep listening. What were y'all's thoughts?
Good, Owen. You got this, bro.
Well, I was gonna shout out the fact that one of Meg's biggest songs. I watched the tutorial with the producer, and it was actually no melody. It was nothing but drum sounds. The whole beat was just drums. So that's kind of the vibe I was getting from that one. I think it could have used like a real catchy, kind of repetitive melody. I think Meg and Cardi both kind of stay in that lane. They don't get too complex with their melodies, but those drums were hitting. That 808 was slapping, definitely. So shout out to that.
Yeah, I got really excited when I heard the start. I'm like, oh, this could get really interesting. I don't think it peaked where I wanted it to. I don't know. I have to listen back again. You got to remember, we're listening to what, like 20-30 second clips here. But what Owen just said is extremely accurate and kind of what I was thinking too. It's just building that out more. Just really, I felt like it was missing something. Although I know it was more going for that sound, I still feel like it needed something else. But again, this 30-second clip I'm listening to. So I like the direction though. It definitely piqued my interest out of the 4 or 5 I've heard so far.
All right. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I was going to ask, I don't know if I'll be able to articulate this well. So we heard that last one. We hear anywhere between like 30 seconds and a minute of each beat, depending on where we're at, where we are for time. We're at 56 seconds on that one. Where do you think, like, if someone's building up to something in a beat, is there a sweet spot? Does it depend on what they're working on? You want to grab attention, but you don't want to like be inauthentic and where you want to go with it and get to the peak too early. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's really song structure and how is the hook coming first? Is it start with the verse? Is there an intro? There are bridges? Like, there's a lot of things. So I don't necessarily think there's an exact spot. I know when I was coming up in the industry, 87 years ago, basically, A&Rs would tell us, you need to catch us in the first 3 to 5 seconds. So you could take that how you want it. I don't necessarily think even with this, what I'm saying is there's like a spot where like, oh, it needed to hit it 17 seconds. No, I don't know what it is. Again, I'd have to listen back again, but maybe like layering of drums or just adding something else. I don't know. I just really would have to dig in. But I think the idea was really cool, and I like the way it was going. And then the other option is I could be completely wrong. This is all subjective at the end of the day. So I'm just telling you what I hear and what I'm relating it to from the billion beats I hear every week. So
Of course.
I feel similar. I mean, some producers, you hear in some songs the whole beat just starts immediately. There's no intro at all. Like the second you press play, there's somebody rapping, the drums are there, everything. So that's a route you can take. I don't think there's any specific formula. And of course, everything's going to vary based on the tempo. You know what I mean? Like the switch is going to come in later if it's, like a lower BPM beat. But for me, I like different drum sounds to come in like after 8 bars or another melody layer after 8 bars. When I make beats, I try to keep it interesting and, add another layer every 8, 16 bars, something like that. But at the end of the day, it's subjective and, a producer is going to make the music they like. So it's not a formula to it, but.
No, of course. Thank y'all. I think the comments are agreeing too with that. Also, y'all, just so you know, we play about 30 seconds to a minute, not because we don't want to hear the whole thing, but because we want to be able to hear as many people as possible. So that is why. And if you do put your beat in the comments and sometimes people will say like, play this amount, like play this timestamp. If we see those, we'll do that. But just want to make sure we get to as many people as possible. And on that note, I will stop talking and play Grandtastic Beats. This is Legend. It's a Tupac old school hip hop type beat. Let's hear it.
This is a Grandtastic Beats production.
yeah,
I like that one.
that was fire. I like that a lot, actually. I actually don't agree with the tag, though. At the end of the day, you could probably hear Tupac on anything, and everybody has taken his acapellas and made them into new songs. But I don't think of Tupac when I hear this. I actually, like, first person, I really thought it was like J. Cole, or there was a couple different other people I could hear for sure. But yeah, this is dope. He killed this.
Yeah, I was thinking like Currency or
Exactly.
like a Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, I was messing with that one for sure. The instrumentation in that one was elite, and I like those old school drums. I don't know if Grandtastic made that in his DAW himself or if that's a sample, but man, if you put that together just straight off FL Studio or whatever, that is impressive.
Awesome. All right. I think Mike mentioned J. Cole. Let's hear this one. Chris Kane Music, Travel Light, Anderson .Paak, J. Cole.
Let's go.
Chris Kane.
This is Kane, the producer I was telling you about.
Chris K on the beat.
Chris Kane is so good. I always like those beats.
It was dope. I feel.
Yeah.
Owen, go ahead, man. I don't want to go first every time. I feel like I'm trying to talk over you.
All right. Yeah, I like two kind of old schoolish sounding beats in a row. I like the little tempo switch we got going on in here. But yeah, I think if those two are very similar, the two back and forth, I think I gotta go with Grandtastic if we're putting them head to head personally. But yeah, that one was dope. I can hear J. Cole on that. I think you got the tag right. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I'm actually getting a little offended because Owen keeps saying old school drums, and I feel like these are the drums I was like listening to growing up, so it makes me feel old. But no, I'm messing with you, man. But yeah, it was dope. Same thing, man. Yeah, I think the tags match up. If we're gonna start, we should just start doing that for every track if the tags match up. But yeah, I think it was a cool song. I like it, or a cool beat. Excuse me. I think it had good vibes to it. I liked it. I mean, that's all I really have.
Awesome. No, yeah. All right. Someone throw out something you're looking to hear just in terms of style, artist. Give me something. It's all my taste today is what we're going off of from the playlist. See anything standing out?
You got any drill? You got any drill in there?
There's got to be some drill in here somewhere.
We got some monster records coming on the Fivio Foreign album, so I would love to, or Fabio, however you say his name.
Yeah.
We got some monsters coming on April 8th, so I would love to hear some drill stuff.
None of y'all are tagging drill today.
Let's
But I'm open to anything, really.
Let's try the darkness. I like dark beats.
I like it.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. J Spectre. The darkness.
Specters are not trained, but chosen.
What do you think?
Yeah, something seemed off to me. I don't know if it was the mix or what it was. It's also too like, I hate using the word repetitive because at the end of the day, I feel like every beat's repetitive in some aspect, but I don't know. It wasn't clicking for me. But again, I know a lot of these sounds. There's a lot of these like different sounds that I'm hearing nowadays, and they're supposed to sound this way on purpose. I don't know, but even with that, I still just feel like there was just too much repetitiveness going on, and I feel like again, there could be more to it, more direction to give an artist. Because at the end of the day, listen, I think a lot of people on this show watching are trying to do a couple different things. I think the one main thing they're trying to do is sell beats online, right? And then the second thing they're probably trying to do is obviously work with artists directly or send beats out for placements or whatever it is, right? So if you are trying to sell beats online, you have to remember one thing, and I think this is something we tend to look over a lot, is just simplicity sometimes, right? And giving an artist a pocket to get on, right? So you should always, aim to make the best music possible and try to be the best that you can be. But also sometimes you have to, and if not sometimes, all the time, if you're not doing a lot of sync stuff and stuff like that, is really think about how an artist could get on this, how it would sound, what direction they would go in.
Oh, did he freeze up?
I froze?
Just for a second.
Damn.
What direction you could go in was your last
I don't remember what I was saying, but I was just saying from a producer standpoint about really thinking like an artist as well, especially if you're selling online, because artists do want to find stuff that is really easy for them to get on for the most part, especially new artists too, right? So just put yourself in that artist's shoes. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a J. Cole type beat, like we were just talking about. Yeah, okay, but how would Jay actually rap on this? Would he double time? Would he harmonize? Would he do this or that? So just think about all these things and exactly how an artist would lay on it. Obviously, if you're doing more sync stuff and you're trying to get in that world, there's, it's a lot different, right? So stuff can be fit into video games, movie clips, whatever it is. So I don't know. It's just something to think about overall from an artist perspective. Really think about what an artist will want, and is it easy for an artist to get on as well?
Yeah, definitely agree with all that. They call him the producer whisperer for a reason, man. He's preaching to the choir. He knows what he's talking about. But I personally, I think I know the direction they were trying to go with it. It brings me back to like the SoundCloud era, kind of like the Ski Mask the Slump God kind of Lil Pump. Like when they first came out, they were rapping on a bunch of beats with those distorted 808s, and Ronnie J was like their main producer back in the day. Ronnie J like perfected the distorted 808. I think that was kind of the polarizing element of that beat, where either you love it or you hate it. You know what I mean? But I think that's the direction they were trying to go, and they just got to perfect that distorted 808 sound because it's easy to mess up. But yeah, they should, if they want to stay in that lane, just clean up that 808 a little bit. But yeah.
Shout out to the Slump God too. He's a BeatStars member.
Yeah. Of course. Awesome, y'all. Thank you. Will is back, so definitely going to get some feedback from Will on this next one. I just refreshed the playlist, and we do have, I believe it's in the audience right now, Beats by Roux. It's a drill beat, which is what was requested. It's supposed to be dark and melodic, so let's hear it.
Awesome. Wow, you guys are flying.
They're already saying it in the chat though.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that jumped out to me was that kick. It just, oh man, that thing was nasty though. You get that right? It's a nice record.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Agreed. I was headbanging that's a good one right there.
Yeah,
Nice
that was fire for sure. Yeah, that kick in the drill beat also almost needs to be like clipping in the mix. Like it needs to like knock your socks off for real. And
exactly.
Yeah. And I really like those like high pitch 808 slides and the sound effects, the little eagle and the stomp in there. That's what makes a great drill beat. So they nailed it.
I don't got socks on though, Owen, so we can knock my slides off, man. So we're good.
Yeah, definitely really dynamic on that one. There's always, you can tell when I'm like getting to 50 seconds, 55, 60, and I'm like, I don't want to end it because I know something new is coming. I feel like we had like a solid 30 seconds at the end there where I knew it kept changing up and wanted to keep hearing it. So that's always good. You never get bored with that beat. All right, I'm gonna go right underneath final episode, Bouncy Kanye West. Let's hear it that way.
Mr. Fat Wave. Mr. Fat Wave.
What do you think?
I mean, if you want me to go first, I didn't really like it. I think it was a little too busy for me. Kind of a little dated to me. I like the over idea. I like what he was trying to do with the sample, but just think I just need to turn it up a notch.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. When you're doing a sample beat like that, I feel like you gotta chop it up more. It was like it was the same part of the sample on a loop. And like if you're listening to Kanye, he uses like many different elements of the sample and chops them up and arranges them differently. And I also think the sample, the Vox was like mixed too high. Should be a little quieter.
Agreed. I like the sample choice, and I like the the pace of it. I like the energy of it. But yeah, you gotta leave some room for some dynamics, like Mike and Owen are saying, like just leaving some space and some switch ups and different parts of the sample sliding in there. But overall, like good energy, which it does have that like early Kanye energy. So good stuff.
Awesome, y'all. Thank you. I am going to go to this jazz track throwback. I think that's an enticing title. It's Dion Anthony Music on the Floor.
Dion Anthony Music.
Will, start us off.
That felt a little bit like an outro to me, which is cool. I would just keep in mind like little more energy and movement would make it a full song, not just like an outro section. But it was cool sax sample. Um, but yeah, just outro vibes for me, which it could be for like Drake has some amazing outros. So that's sort of how I hear it. How about you guys?
Ditto.
Yeah, I agree. I agree for sure. I like the sax. I think it needed some more energy for sure, though.
Yeah, ditto. I just same feedback.
All right. Well, thank y'all. It's a unanimous vote on this one, and the comments reflect that as well. All right. Rich Mello is in the audience right now. It's tagged emotional and sad, so we should all be crying by the end of this beat listen. Let's hear Rich Mello. Excited.
Reach mellow beats.
All right. What do y'all think? Tears?
Yeah, some tears, I guess. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I think the arrangement was really good on it. I think I definitely could hear like an artist with a singer for sure. I was thinking G-Eazy in my head when I first heard it, but I don't know if he's the specific one. But I could definitely hear like that style of like rap with a singer on top of it. I could also hear a story. I think you could paint a really crazy story and shoot a really crazy video with that beat. But I'm thinking way far ahead. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it had a lot of potential.
Yeah, I'm a big strings guy. I was beefing with the drum bounce a little bit, but then that shaker came in towards the end there, and the shaker kind of made that bounce a little nicer. But yeah, I agree. I feel like I could hear like Wale spitting a little story on there with like Lucky Day on the hook or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that one's like late night introspective writing session. Like you're just trying to flesh out like the core, like maybe like 4 or 5 minute um, rap on your mixtape. Like, so it definitely has its place. And I know I've been saying energy has been like my favorite thing to hear today, but I really thought that one has its time and place for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Great job. All right. Moving on, just kind of shuffling through the playlist, switching it up. Miles is in the chat right now. Stretching bands. This is Miles Got Beats.
Miles.
I
All
love the Michigan, the Detroit bounce. You know what I mean? That's where I'm from, so that's the type of music I listen to personally. But yeah, man, that was cool. I think they put looperator on the hi-hats though, and it didn't need it. It was too much going on with the hi-hats. If it was just like simple two-step hi-hats, it would have flowed a bit better for me. But yeah, I like the T Grizzly sound for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love all the artists that are from your area, Owen. Like I mean, like Energy are who we work with together, um, and just the energy of that is just it's so good. Like so, I'm with you guys.
Yeah, same. I thought it was dope. I think I think that sound is becoming more prevalent, and I can see that sound, and not even just songs, obviously, or with rappers on it. Like it's great. I don't want to say cutaway footage, but like almost like B-roll footage for other like pieces of video content, because it has like such sharp cuts in the beat. Like it could fit a lot of cool stuff. I don't know. I think visually when I hear beats a lot and see where I could put them. So that's what I get from it. But it was dope overall. But yeah, Ellen's device was great. I think on the technical side that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
It's
I
inter-
agree.
it's interesting how like call me crazy here, but like the and but the LA and Michigan sounds like have a really good like kind of synergy. They're not exactly the same. They're different enough, but they still like blend. Like I feel like I mean it's not actually not like super new because I know like LA LA and LA and Detroit and Michigan rappers have been trading verses for a minute now, but like it's just interesting how it works that way, isn't it? Like I don't know, what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, it's definitely some similarities in the Detroit and West Coast sounds. They add unique like perks like that cowbell you hear in that beat. The cowbell is in both of those, and they both like to use like pianos. It's not as much like synth based and like pad based and all that. Like they use like real like pianos and strings in that on both in both regions. So yeah, they definitely have similarities, but the Detroit kind of strays away from it with the bounce. Every Detroit beat you hear that is going to be really good, they have a super high BPM, like 170 to sometimes even 200. So that's how you kind of execute that real Detroit sound. So yeah, that I think that one's 196. But it makes sense why they executed that sound pretty well.
Yep.
Wow. Would you guys like to hear more of that on BeatStars? Like more people trying out that sort of sound and
Yeah, it's
expanding on it?
it's growing already. That's why when I said prevalent, a lot of times when I say these things, I'm speaking from a BeatStars perspective, because that's what I see. I see it more and more on BeatStars, YouTube, stuff like that, and obviously songs coming out too are evidence of that. So yeah, I love seeing it. I want to see more of it. I like it. It's a dope sound.
Awesome. All right, y'all. We are going by so fast today, which is wild. But really putting out some gems as well. So thank y'all for being here. B Steph 203 is in the chat right now. Tell me how you say that out loud in the chat, B Steph. But this is tagged Lil Durk Polo G, and it's blessed.
BeatStars.com. BeatStars.
What do y'all think?
Liked it.
Yeah,
liked it.
comments liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. You know, I love that pain music. I could, it just gives you that, or kind of put a direction of already where to go as an artist. So like, I could hear Meek on that. I could hear a lot of different people on it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I don't know what if you guys have anything else. You know, like I said, when I listen to stuff, man, I listen one feeling, emotion, how does it drive me, and then obviously I start pinpointing who I hear on it or where I hear it or see it, and you know whatever if it's video content or whatever. But yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, they got the tags perfect again on that one. I feel like I can already hear Polo G on that for real. And yeah, it was mixed extremely well. They were using that vocal sample. I think they picked up where that like Kanye one with that vocal sample, like he did it right where it was like further back in the mix and not quite as prevalent, but you could still hear it. So yeah, that one was mixed super well and plenty of room for an artist too.
It's getting a lot of love. Yeah, a lot of love for all parts of the beat too. So nicely done. I'm with what these guys said for sure.
Yeah, of course. When the chat loves it, that's how you know you did good. Because there's a lot of people in here, and they're all fighting to get their beats heard. So when everyone stops and just says "good job," that's how you know you've got some attention. All right, Alex is in the chat right now, and he submit a beat. This is called "Danger Zone."
Yeah, this just taking me back to my high school and college days.
Yeah, get on that one, Mike.
Before there, that was the type of beat we would throw on, and it was play for 3 hours, but you'd have 97 rappers on it, and it'd be great. and then you trash the people who sucked, and then you know what I mean, get the people who are good to go again. And yeah, listen, insert any dope New York rapper from 90s, 2000s, even up today, like Joey Badass, people like that. Very, when I was talking about simplicity, like a beat like this, in my opinion, obviously for the right niche and the right market, like obviously probably a Polo G, so we just playing someone who raps on his type of beats probably isn't going to buy this, right? But if it's in this lane of this type of artist, this would probably sell well, you know, if marketed properly and the right people saw it, because it was so easy to rap on, and it's a very simple beat, but it's also very in depth at the same time, if that makes sense. So I loved it. You're taking me back to my good days, you know, when I was younger and wiser.
Yeah, that dissonant piano part is so dope, you know.
Yeah, for sure. They tagged Mob Deep on it, and someone else said it in the comments that it's like Shook Ones. It's like the Shook Ones Part 2 beat. Like you can just hear just about anybody on it. So yeah, props to them for sure.
All right. Awesome. We are going to play Snake next. This producer is in the chat as well. Dross. Is that how y'all would say that? But let's hear it. Give me your pronunciation criticism in the chat, please. But excited to hear your beat. All right, heads were moving on that one. What did y'all think?
That 808 was crazy. That 808 was awesome. It's unique. You know, you hear a lot of the same 808s nowadays, whether it's like the Spins or the Zay 808 or something like that. But that one, you know, Timbaland is notorious for having like great low end, like bass 808s, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think they nailed that one.
That was dope. I felt like a pinball machine listening to that, though. Just like maybe, are they leasing like beats for pinball machines? Man, you should look into that. Could be something, man. Got to think of it from all angles. But no, I liked it. It was dope. It was interesting for sure.
Pinball type beat. That's a new one. If that's not a new one,
trademark it.
I agree though. That was great vibes. Really nailed it. And got that Missy sound so locked. So love it.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Dress. All right, a couple new ones added up here. Let's go Happy. I think that we have maybe not crossed into that area yet this episode, this segment. So this is G Life Beats. Always good to hear some of your music beneath the moon waves.
Little G, big life.
What do you think? Happy?
I actually kind of felt sad listening to that. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
I don't know. I kind of felt like a little down. Like, oh man, almost reminded me of like What movie was it? American Pie or something. Like they're all leaving high school and they're never going to see each other again or something. And
It's a melancholy beat.
yeah, just like that's the vibe it gave me. I don't know how to explain it, but that's how it made me feel. It was cool though. It was cool though. I think it was very simple, but again, simple doesn't mean bad. So I don't want anyone to think that means it's bad, but very simple. But I mean, it was cool. It was chill. I think it could fit certain things for sure.
It was cinematic.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
You're muted.
I was trying to think of artists I could hear, but I kept gravitating to movies again in my head. Like that's what I kept hearing, like in a scene, like I could see it in. So that's what I took from it.
All right. Anyone else? We have a couple minutes left. We're getting down to time here this month. I'll play we'll probably have time for two more. I believe this person is in the chat right now. Again, spell it out for me. I'm gonna say Orisi? Lost time pop R&B type beat.
BeatStars.com. BeatStars.com.
Give me some feedback.
That felt like a soundtrack to like a trippy visualizer of some sort. Did anybody feel that way? Like yeah. Here we go, Miles. Miles feels me on that. Something like that. But what'd you guys think?
Go ahead, Owen.
It was interesting. It sounded like bubbles popping in the background. I don't think I've heard that before. I don't know about an artist getting on this one.
Too busy.
Yeah, too busy. I feel like it's like an intro to like a EDM song before like a crazy like bass drop at a festival or something. I don't know, but it was interesting.
If it did that, dude, and it built up to something crazy like that, and then just dropped to like a totally different beat, that should have blew my slides off, or socks if you're wearing socks, Owen. But I mean, listen, I'm gonna be just 100%. When I was listening to it and hearing it, I mean, honestly, what came off, and I mean this with the most respect, it came off a little amateurish to me. Like it just, the sounds just didn't sound. There was just something. It kind of just sounded like it was not there. So that's what I got. But yeah, shit, if it built up to something like that and then dropped to something differently, that would have been crazy. Then I think it would have made a lot more sense.
All right. Thank y'all. We have 2 minutes left, so we're ending now. J2X, spell it out for me, says, let me end it on a banger. So we're going to take them up on that. And we are going to play Platinum Slugs. Frank. It is tagged Twitch and Beat. So could go anywhere here. Let's hear it.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
All right, Jay 2 times that was, and I let that go for a little extra because I was into it. Y'all, tell me some feedback here.
What do you think, Carly? You said you were into it. Why were you into it? We want your
Um,
feedback.
I was just reading the comments, and everyone was I really like, my favorite thing, y'all, is when y'all are commenting back and kind of into each other's work, which I think is the best. And people were definitely ending it on like a positive criticism. Yeah, one of these comments says Carly's face was like, "That's hard." And I don't know. I was definitely into that. I don't have as much of the technical criticisms because I like every type of music. I think that usually I'm impressed by whatever can be done, but I thought it was a good ending. I have no regrets. What did you think, Mike? Give me something constructive here. You do that way better than I do.
I liked it. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I could hear a lot of different artists on it, which is always good. Like I said, artists bring beats to life even more than they are a lot of times, if not most of the times. But again, it's like I hear these types of beats every day, and I hate to compare, but it's just like, how does this compare to all the other stuff that I'm sent or I actually find on my own or whatever it is? Is it cutting through? It is some of the best stuff that I heard in that genre or for that artist. I don't think it's at that peak yet. I think it's good though. And I could be proven wrong if an artist gets on it and really makes it into something else. So again, all this stuff is subjective at the end of the day because you just never know what an artist or where it could fit in a piece of sync or whatever it is. So, but I liked it overall. Again, there wasn't really one beat on this show today that I thought was terrible, and that's a good sign in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think we all have work to do at the end of the day, though, no matter how successful we are. So just keep it up.
Yeah,
Cheers to that.
You can go ahead, Will.
Oh no, you're sorry. Just commenting on Mike's.
Oh, okay.
You're up.
Well, I could hear like the baby on that. I feel like the baby would have sounded really good. But yeah, like Mike said, a lot of the same type of beats, but I think where that one stands out is, just how the drums were programmed and mixed. I think that 808 was, the different pitch levels of the 808 was really nice, and then that those hi-hat rolls were sounding super crisp as well. So this producer programmed their drums extremely well, in my opinion. I think it was just missing like another melody layer, something catchy, because it was just kind of that like background pad the whole time. But
yeah. The best part about that, because I agree with you, Owen, is that there are so many collaborators waiting for you on here that can send you amazing melodies, and maybe you guys make with the technical ability of programming those drums in the 808 and getting some like left like melodies and stuff to mess around with. Maybe you and a collaborator could make a whole new sound. Just get digging in and figuring it out. So you've got having the ability, and now just having the freedom to go and look for that right collaborator is an exciting thing. And to agree with Mike, I don't think I heard a bad beat today. I know I was on for the shortest amount of time, but I appreciate everybody submitting, and thanks Carly for running the show.
Of course, yeah, thank y'all. We went a couple minutes over time, but of course it was a big group today. I really appreciate being on with y'all. I feel like I learn a little bit every time that I'm able to be here. And I appreciate you in the audience as well. I think this is my 5th or 6th beat feedback, and it's fun every time. And this is my favorite part of being a part of this community, is hearing y'all. So go ahead and join the Discord. So next time they do stuff like this, Abe is always on By My Beat Fridays, which is always really exciting, and I know they have some more of those coming out. So join the Discord, submit your beats there, and we will hopefully just keep this train running and keep helping each other out. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Owen.
Thanks, y'all.
Peace out, everybody.